Why, hello everyone and welcome to today's video. My name, of course, is Eric. Today is June 4th, 2018. Apple is about to hold their WWDC conference, the Worldwide Developer Conference. This is standardly when Apple is going to unveil or start teasing their latest Mac operating system, their latest phone operating system, so iOS, and maybe some other things here and there. I'm about to start watching. We're about 2 minutes from the start time. So I'm going to be keeping you posted on what is announced so you can stay tuned for what's to come. So, WWDC 2018. Spoiler, first, Apple did not cover anything about hardware, just about software. Additionally, I'm not going to cover every little detail. I'm going to cover what I thought was interesting, because what I think is interesting hopefully, will be interesting to you. So first off, let's talk about iOS. This fall, iOS 12 will be available to you, the customers. And there's some subtle but interesting differences between iOS 11 and iOS 12. So first off, with iOS 12, kind of like every version of iOS, it allegedly is going to be faster, and that's great. One good thing to mention though is Apple is not cutting compatibility for any other devices. Currently, iOS 11 supports devices, I believe, all the way back to 2013, and they're still going to be doing that. But anyway, getting to some more interesting features in iOS 12. First off, Apple is working on their AR kit, so developers are going to have more ability to make AR apps and tools and whatnot. Apple's coming out with a measuring app, so with just AR and your phone, I could measure like this desk by just using my phone, which is rather interesting. Additionally, Apple's working on Siri. They made a Siri shortcut app, and this shortcut app is going to allow you to create your own commands for Siri. So I can say, Siri, I'm going home, and Siri knows to open up the Apple Maps and send me to my home address. It can activate my smart thermostat, turn on lights in my house, text someone, all by just using one phrase. And you can customize this to however you want. Apple has overhauled the Voice Memos app, so new design, synced across iCloud, great. Additionally, they're working on notifications in iOS 12. So when I open up my phone right now, I might be bombarded with text messages, notifications from apps, etc., and it can be very annoying. Well, luckily, Apple is making group notifications, so when I open up my phone, all my text messages can be organized in just a group, just to digest the content more easily. Ironically enough, Apple's giving you the ability to track your phone usage, so not only can I track how long I am in a specific app like Instagram, but I can even set time limits, so I can only use Instagram for like an hour a day until a notification comes up saying, hey, you've used too much Instagram, maybe it's time to cut it off. Additionally, Apple, of course, has made updates to Animoji. Now it'll track your tongue. You can make something called a Memoji, which is just an Animoji of your face. But something bigger to announce is Apple has updated FaceTime. Now you can have multiple FaceTime calls within one call. So I can call 5 people at one time. I could call 10 people in a video chat at one time. I can call actually up to, I think, 30 or 31, 32 people at one time in a video chat. Seems like a lot of people. I don't think I need that many people in one video chat, but interesting feature nonetheless. Anyway, moving on to the Apple Watch, more specifically watchOS. One of the biggest things that the Apple Watch is used for is fitness. I can track my steps, my calories burned, all within Apple's Activity app. And what's nice is I can share my activities with a family member, friend, whatever, and compare, hey, I've got more steps than you, or hey, maybe I need to get more steps in. I'm the one sitting in the chair all the time. But Apple's going to be unveiling a competition aspect to the Activities app, so I can have a 7-day competition with a friend, family member, whatever, and we can compete to see who gets the most steps within a 7-day period, however that's going to work. And then you can get a virtual medal reward, whatever, if you win the competition. So cool, whatever. What's more interesting, though, about the Apple Watch, the new OS, is there's going to be a walkie-talkies app. So I can have a walkie-talkie with a friend that has an Apple Watch. So all I have to do is go onto the app, click the talk button, and as soon as I finish talking, that audio is sent to my friend's Apple Watch. So it literally is a live walkie-talkie. Additionally, what I'm very interested in is Apple has allowed some web support to the Watch OS. So right now, if someone sends me a link on like messages or whatever, if I click on it, it just says you have to go to your phone, and that's kind of annoying. Well, now you can just click on it and it'll show you a preview, some sort of preview, I should say, of the website to get a little more information of what link was just shared to you. Now, don't get me wrong, this is not a full version of Safari on your Apple Watch, but it's a decent step forward. Anyway, moving on, the Apple TV, not much happened. I think the biggest thing to say is now there's going to be Dolby Atmos support, and I don't really care about that much, but there's some people that are going to be very thrilled about that, so that's coming. Anyway, let's finally talk about Apple's new macOS Mojave. So what's new in macOS Mojave? First off, we have a new dark mode. This dark mode is going to basically just turn all of your windows into a black grayish color, and I really like the way it's going to look. Additionally, we saw new ways to organize your desktop. Now you can organize all your files and folders on your desktop using stacks, which is probably going to be a good feature for a lot of people. Additionally, we're going to be seeing some more advanced features in Quick Look. So right now, if I go onto my desktop and I click on an image and click the space bar, it's going to quickly open up that image. It's not going to open up an app or anything, just show me a quick look of that image. But now Quick Looks is going to have more advanced features. So there's just one button and I can easily start marking up this image. I can rotate it, I can add a signature if it was like a PDF document, add a shape to it, box, whatever, without opening up any other program. So these features aren't like new, but it's just supposed to give you quicker access to editing and adding to files without having to spend time to open up other programs. We're also going to be seeing 3 new apps on macOS Mojave. We're going to be seeing a Voice Memos app, a Stocks app, as well as Apple News. Now, do I really care about all these apps? Not really. But what's interesting about these apps, and Apple really threw this into the end of their keynote as a, hey, we're listening to you guys, or features are coming, is those 3 apps were not specifically designed for the Mac operating system. They are actually iOS app ports over to the Mac operating system, which is why it's rather interesting. At the end of Apple's keynote, Apple asked the question, are we merging macOS and iOS together? And they simply said no, it's not happening, and we all knew that. But there has been a lot of rumors that Apple was going to be starting to merge apps. And they started, as they said, phase 1. Those 3 apps, the Voice Memos app, the Stocks app, and the News app, are essentially their tests to prove that porting over iOS apps isn't actually that difficult. And they even stated that they didn't have to change that much coding to allow the iOS apps to run on macOS. So we're definitely going to be seeing in the future iOS apps to have support on macOS. Unfortunately, we're probably not going to be seeing the opposite of macOS apps going to the iOS platform, but who knows? Now, when is this app merging going to kind of start to developers? And Apple actually did tell us that. It's coming in 2019, so next year. So even though I don't think that this WWDC 2018 was that great of a keynote, I don't think they announced a ton of awesome new things. A few things that I'm interested in, but not much. They definitely are paving the way to a very bright future, and I think 2019 is going to be a much larger year than this year. So guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm rather interested to hear any of your opinions and whatnot. Anyway guys, I'm Eric, and I'll catch you in the next video.